Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to learn the balance part of the story. Do you remember the lesson? Yes, the lost child. The name of the unit is The Lost Child. Take your textbook, page number 102 or 102. The title of the passage is A Sow. The name of the passage is A Sow. Page number 102. 102. A sow. Here we can see a picture. In that picture, we can see a giant wheel. Very good. A giant wheel. We can see a giant wheel. The boy is looking at the giant wheel. We can see a lot of people are there. There are a lot of people. A group of people means crowd. We can see a crowd near the giant wheel. Look at the title of the passage. What is that? A sow. Sow means to cry while taking in sudden sharp breaths. What is the meaning? To cry while taking in sudden sharp breaths. Simply we can say cry or weep. Look at the text. Father, mother. He called aloud. Who called aloud? The boy called aloud. What? Father, mother. Why? What is the reason? He can't see his parents. So, he naturally calls father, mother. The voice is very loudly. He says loudly, aloud. He called aloud. Who called aloud? The boy called aloud. What? Father, mother. Why? He can't see his parents. Because he is in real fear. The boy is in real fear. He is afraid. Why? He can't see his parents. So he began to cry. The boy began to cry. Why? The boy began to cry. He can't see his parents. So he began to cry. He afraid. He is in real fear. Tears rolled down from his eyes. Tears come from where? From the eyes that moved, rolled down. Tears rolled down from his eyes. He ran hither and thither in all directions. He ran. Who ran? The boy ran. Hither, to and towards this place. Thither means towards that place. To and towards that place. This place, that place. He ran this place and that place. In all directions. In all sides. North, east, west, south. He ran in all directions. He ran hither and thither, this place and that place. The boy did not know where to go. He did not know where to go without parents. How can I go? He thinks. Mother, father, he cried. He began to cry. He can't see his parents. How he goes to his home? He thinks there. Mother, father, he cried. The boy cried. He ran through the crowd. The boy ran through the crowd. Crowd means group of people. Calling out, father, mother. Father, mother. The boy calling out through the crowd. He could not see his parents. Okay. I will read the passage once again for you. a sob. Father, mother, he called aloud. He began to cry in real fear. Tears rolled down from his eyes. He ran hither and thither in all directions. He did not know where to go. Mother, father, he cried. He ran through the crowd, calling out, Father, mother. Would he find his parents over there? Would anybody help him? Can you say the answer? You will read the next passage. You get the answer. Page number, take your textbook, page number 103. 103. 103. A helping hand. Here we can see a picture. The boy is moving away from the crowd. A man in the crowd heard his cry. A man in the crowd heard his cry. Whose cry? The boy's cry. Where is the man? He is in the crowd. Crowd? What is the meaning of the crowd? Crowd is group of people. The man lifted him up in his arms. He take that child in his arms up. How did you get here, child? Whose child are you? The man asked to the boy. The man asked. The man take the boy in his hands and asked some questions. What are that questions? How did you come here? How did you get here? How you come here? How you come this festival place? Whose child are you? Who is your parents? Who is your father? Who is your mother? The man asked. The child wept bitterly. The child wept bitterly. The child wept deeply. I want to see my father. I want to see my father. I want to see my mother. I want to see my father. The man took him to the merry-go-round to soothe him. The boy only says, what? I want to see my father. I want to see my mother. He cried bitterly because he lost his parents. The man took him. The man tried to console him. In Anna's lesson, we know a word. What is that word? Console. Console. The man consoled. Merry-go-round to soothe him, console him or soothe him. Would you like to go for a ride? He asked gently. Would you like to go for a ride? He asked gently. The child sobbed more bitterly. He did not say anything as answer, but he cried bitterly. How? I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloon man. Next passage. Next page. Would you like the rainbow colored balloon? He asked. Would you like the rainbow colored balloon? First he asked, would you like to go for a ride? Then, would you like the rainbow colored balloon? Rainbow colored. How many colors in a rainbow? 7 colors. Vibgyor. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. There are 7 colors in a rainbow. Would you like the rainbow colored balloon? He asked. Who asked? Who asked? The man asked. To whom? To the boy. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and continued sobbing. The child turned his eyes from flying balloons. He did not listen to the balloons. He only says, I want my father, I want my mother. He did not want balloons. He did not want go for a ride. He only wants his parents. The man took him to the flower cell. Look, child, smell those nice flowers. Would you like a jasmine garland? The man tried to console the boy, so he takes him to the flower seller. Look, child, smell those nice flowers. Would you like a jasmine garland? Do you like a jasmine garland? The child turned his face and continued crying. He did not want jasmine garland. Do you like jasmine? Jasmine? Jasmine flower? The garland is made by jasmine flowers, made of jasmine flowers. The child turned his face. He did not want jasmine garland. He did not want balloons. He did not want to go for a ride. The child turned his face and continued crying. He only I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him to the seeds shop. The man took him to where? To the seeds shop. What seeds would you like, child? He asked. He asked the boy, What seeds would you like, child? Halwa, laddu, jalebi, gulab jamun? Which seeds do you want? He asked. The child turned his face away from his seeds shop and sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. He only says, what? I want my father, I want my mother. The child did not listen, care anything. Only he wants mother and father. Okay. I will read the passage once again for you. The title of the passage is A Helping Hand. A man in the crowd heard his cry. He lifted him up in his arms. How did you get here, child? Whose child are you? The man asked. The child wept bitterly. I want to see my mother. I want to see my father. The man took him to the merry-go-round to soothe him. Would you like to go for a ride? He asked gently. The child sobbed more bitterly. I want my mother. I want my father. The man took him near the balloon man. Would you like the rainbow-colored balloon? He asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and continued sobbing. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him to the flower seller. Look, child, smell those nice flowers. Would you like a jasmine garland? The child turned his face and continued crying. I want my father, I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him to the seeds shop. What seeds would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face away from the seeds shop and sobbed. I want my mother, I want my father. Dear children, you read these passages 2 or more times. Okay, thank you. Next class, we will meet again.